We are starting our seventh and our final live class now. So over the course of our project, we have been building a simple logistics website, and we can see the homepage. We can see the homepage here. Please confirm if you can see it. All right, so I think we have worked on the home page and the contact page. Okay, so I don't think we have worked on these other pages. We have the home, sorry, we have the about, which is blank. We have the services, which is blank, and we have request a quote, which is blank. Okay, so I'm going to be doing that right now, and we already have the preamble of how we want our page to be. Okay, so we have a header here, contact us. I will try to see how I can replicate this red background header with white text in all the other pages. So I'll just start from the our services page, but I'm gonna do something here. I'll try and open a duplicate of this our project in another tab, and I'll just say edit with Elementor, and I'll go to the page you want to edit here, services. So in case maybe our page is not integrated with Elementor, okay, it's integrated with Elementor. Okay, it's not integrated with Elementor. We'll just have to go to the back end and integrate it. Okay, so at this stage, you must have possibly known how to integrate normal WordPress pages with Elementor. So just by looking at the back end pages here, you know the pages that have the Elementor installed in them, and we can obviously install the ones that don't have Elementor installed in them. Okay, so we are in pages. Let's just wait for it to load up. Okay, looking at our back end here, we can see our pages that have Elementor installed in them. Okay, so we can see this is our front page. We have Elementor, and we have Elementor here. Okay, I'll just want to start with our services. I'll just install Elementor in our services page. Okay, so it's easy. We click on edit like how I've just did, and we would see a button at the uppermost part of the page where we can just click edit with Elementor, and we'll have Elementor installed into our page. Okay, so here's the button. We just simply click on this button here, and voila, we have our page installed with Elementor. Okay, so now the reason why I open these two tabs is for me to copy some certain content, okay, that is already established here, like the basic structure. So I can copy this section and paste it here instead of creating a brand new content. I can just change this to services, and we have it. We have the structure installed. So we go to our services, and we don't have a roadmap for this, but we can just use our description and come up with something. So I'll just give it maybe a top of 20, or I will say 14, and I'll make this full width. Okay, and I'll give this a padding left and padding right of 20 and 20. Okay, I'll save this. And our services, I came up with some content here that we can use. Project, okay, that's it. So I came up with some content to save us a lot of time. Our services, so I don't necessarily need to bring out all this content. I can just pick up the headings of this content and put up on our website. Okay, I can say freight forwarding. I copy this and I search for maybe a flip box. Okay, I search for a box, icon box. Perfect. So I can just make this duplicate this. I can make this 4 columns. 3 columns is okay, and I can erase this out. And freight forwarding, I can now search for, let's say, a truck. Okay, freight forwarding, I can search for this, I can insert this, and I can give this a color box, no icon. I can give this a color of white. Okay, and I also give this content a color of white. Okay, and I can give this a bottom of 40 and a top bottom of 40. Okay, and I can just copy this, or instead of copying this I simply duplicate this, and oh sorry, Ctrl Z, I can delete this out. I can just delete this column out, duplicate, delete this column out. So we'll go to the next thing. After freight forwarding, we have warehouse and distribution. I simply just copy this, and I'll say warehouse and distribution. I come here and I search for warehouse, okay, and I save this. I go to the next one. What do we have here? Supply chain management. Okay, we come here and we have supply chain management. I search for something like ship. Okay, and I obviously update it so that we don't get locked out by our server. And I can say custom brokerage, something like this, or I can just use this last two, specialized services. Okay, so I can just search for something like custom. I can use this. Alright, so I can just use this as services, and let's say I duplicate this and I delete. There's no need to duplicate this. I just come here and I copy this, I make it full width, and I want to copy a button from the home page. Okay, okay, I just simply copy a button from the home page, or I just create a new button here, so this will be a contact button that will link to the contact page. Okay, are you still with me? Mr. Isaiah, are you still with me? All right, perfect. So all right, I'll just I think we used Roboto condensed. Alright, and we use the size to be a little bit bigger, and for contact us you can say contact page. Alright, perfect. So we are done with these are services. Okay, I'm just trying to leave it as simple as possible, but we can go for 2 layers and all that, but I don't want to do that. And we look at it on the tablet screen, I'll look at it on the mobile screen. Okay, I think everything looks okay, and that's it for our services page. Okay, we can obviously go to the about page. Let's see. Okay, I'm trying to use a shortcut here, but I'll just do it the other way. Okay, so now we'll have to go to the about page and obviously do what we did with the services page. Manually install the Elementor. So we can say edit with Elementor, and we come here again, we copy this section and we paste the section here, and obviously rename it to, now we paste it out and we rename it to about. Okay, so I've also created I've also developed content for the about us page, and I'll just keep it very simple. Okay, so this is for the about us page. Welcome to Spring Logistics and all that. I'll just keep that, copy this, I'll put this in a different section and the other one in a different section. So I come here and I create a new section. And I give it a left of 20, a right of 20. Okay, and I give this an inner section and make it full width, and I delete this. I also give this a margin of padding top of 50, padding bottom of 50. So I come here and I give this a heading. Perfect. And I copy the text from here. I can just copy the style and paste the style. So I can obviously reduce these and all that, but I'll just leave it as it is now. So I would create another inner section here to just differentiate this from the content, and I'll give it a full width. I'll make this one column, and I'll go back to our Word. I'll copy this, copy, and I'll just paste this. So I'll drag and drop a text and I'll paste this. Okay, I give it a color of white and a typography of Helvetica. Okay, I give it also 20. Perfect. So that's it. I can create another section here for the mission and vision, and I think we'll be done with that. I copy this, I make sure I make it a full width, and I give it a padding left of 20, padding right of 20, and I copy this, I paste this as a mission, I paste this as a vision. Now we are supposed to have just one h1, so we have to confirm. Okay, this is h2. I can give this a h3, and I can say this is mission. Okay, I can also give this a h3, and I can say this is vision. Okay, so I paste this and I copy this. Now why I'm copying it, so that we don't have to do the style over and over again. Paste. So I go back, I copy our mission and our vision. Our mission, okay, and I copy our vision. Okay, I copy the vision and I update. Okay, so we have a mission, a vision, and the about. So we'll just take over here. What can we add? Our values. Okay, we can add something like this. Our values, and I can just give it one column. Full width, left of 20, right of 20, top of 50, bottom of 50. Okay, and I can give this an inner section actually. Okay, and I'll give this a full width. Okay, I'll duplicate this column to maybe 4 thereabout, and can as well drag an inner section here. Perfect, and make it boxed or full width, left of 20, okay, remove it, left of 20, right of 20. Okay, and I make this just one column, and let this make it one column. So we would have full width thereabout. Okay, so I'll just give these our values. I'll copy this, paste. I can call this our values. Okay, update this. Okay, so I'll just be heading back to where we have our values. I'll say trust, I'll copy trust, and I can duplicate this, so I can say trust, and we have efficiency. We copy that, duplicate. Okay, I paste this, and we have efficiency, and I think we have two more: innovation and customer focus. Okay, I think we can even type that out. So copy, paste. So we can call this innovation, and this last one we say customer focus. Okay, so since it's a heading, the heading should be more bold than the text under the heading. So I'll just give this a different, I can say 300. All right, so I got that. I copy this, I paste style, and I should make it a little bit smaller, so I can say 30. Perfect. So since I've done the first one, I can paste style, I can paste style, oh, Ctrl Z, I can paste style, I can paste style. Okay, and I save this up, I duplicate, I simply drag and drop another new section. Okay, and I give this full width, I delete this out, and I give this a padding top of 50, padding bottom of 50. Okay, I call this out, I would say button, I would say I would call this contact us, and I'll give this a red, and I would say roboto condensed. Okay, so I can say 20. Perfect. So this will also go to the contact page. So I come here to link. Instead of typing the URL, or simply type contact. WordPress helps us search for the page, and I link it up. Okay, so far I think we have been able to create 2 pages, remaining the request a quote. So we go to the tablet, and we go to the mobile version. Looks good, and it's looking very different here. So I will just increase the size of the to 35. Perfect. Save this. I'll reduce the size on the mobile screen to, let's say, 20 or 25. That's good. I copy this, I paste style, I paste style. Now we do it for the last one here. So we update. Okay, so I think we are done with the about page, and we go to the request a quote. Now the request a quote, after we finish installing the Elementor, I would like us to go back and use a contact form 7 plugin. So the request a quote, I use edit, and we use edit with Elementor. Okay, so I will just copy what I copied in the other previous pages, and I paste. Okay, perfect. So I will just say here request a quote. Okay, now the request a quote is just meant to be like a contact form that we can, users, clients can use to contact us with certain things they want for their logistics. Okay, so I'll be using a contact form plugin known as contact form 7. I think we used it in the last one to build the contact us page here. So I'll put it in a very similar style, but for before then, let's try and create it on the back end. So I'm going to the back end right now to create it. So I go to contact, and we say add new. So what can I name it? I'll name it, let's say, request a quote. Okay, perfect. So this is contact form 7, and it's a very straightforward contact form. So what will happen, I'll just erase everything, and I will get I'll go to the form. I listed out some important things we can include in our form, in our request a quote form. So okay, so this is the request a quote form, and it's just a very simple form. So we have contact information like full name, company name, email, phone number. Okay, because it is so Ctrl Z. Okay, so I can just delete this out instead of deleting everything. So I can call this, instead of your name, I can call this full name. And for the name aspect, there are different fields here, so I'll just use the text field. And what do I want to put as a placeholder? I will just leave it blank. Do I want it required? Yes, I want it required. Okay, 474, I can say 550. Okay, so I'll insert the tag. Okay, now your email, I would simply just delete this out, and we go to our company name for this. Okay, so I can simply just duplicate this, copy. This is for company name. I paste this. I'll still use text. So 551 company name. Okay, so what's the next thing online here in our form? We call this email address. Okay, so we put this as the email 190, for example, and do we want to require it? Yes, we want to require it. So insert email address. What's the next thing in line here? We have phone number. Okay, so we have phone number, and I will simply take this out again, and we have phone number. Okay, and what do we use? We use tel. All right, so I'll just make it 6. Is it required? Yes. Now this required field, it's make sure that the form is not going to get submitted till the user has entered details in this field, okay, in this input. Okay, so I will leave it as phone number, and we go to the next thing here. It's type of service required. This is for the label. Copy. Type of service required. What I'm gonna do, I'll just erase this message out and paste this. I can delete this out also and paste this. Okay, so type of service required is going to be like a drop down. So this is how we make drop down in contact form 7. I simply click on it. Is it required? Yes, it's required. So now for each line, it's going to be one item, okay, in normal drop down. So I've already created the drop downs that we're going to be using here. So this is it. I'll just copy it, and we'll make sure that one is only entering one line. Okay, so what do we have here? Perfect. So I'll just remove this list item here from our Word. Okay, so now there's an option for us to allow multiple selectors. I won't select that. It might require us to install another plugin, else this might be very disorganized. So I'll leave it as one item for now. And is it compulsory? Yes. So I've clicked on the required field and I say what? Insert tag. Okay, so I insert it perfectly. We have it, rightly installed. Okay, so we go back and we check the last two, I think the last three: origin country and destination country. So we'll just simply leave this as text. Okay, so origin and destination. So I copy the label. Okay, and I just give it, let's say, a label and a label. Okay, so the label is not very compulsory for you to put up. Okay, so what am I using? I'm checking for origin. Okay, and I put here some text and I call this 55, let's say 556. Okay, so this is origin and we have destination. I'll simply copy and paste. I copy and we have destination. Okay, so if we go back and check our form in the Word, I think, okay, the last one here is preferred contact method. So we listed two contacts where we can collect contact information here. I think the first one is email and the second one is phone number. Okay, so I will just paste this first and we can increase this. All right, so preferred contact method, I would say label. Okay, and I will put another drop down here. I will simply delete this out. I'll call this 64. Then the first line I can say phone, the second line I can say email. Okay, so these are the two ways we can contact the client. So I'll just simply insert and that's it. So we'll go back and check if there's any error with our form. We can simply come back. So there are other ways we can put we'll simply save this first. The other ways you can put who receives this email. Okay, who receives this email. So we'll need to put who receives this email to our email here and this other one. Okay, but let's check it out on the front end to make sure that everything is okay from the UI before we come back and do our final configuration. So we come here and we go to the request a quote. So we use this Elementor. So I think there's a text here I generated. We can simply use this text, copy, full width 20, text, paste. I put this to the center. Helvetica 20. Perfect. I give this a padding top of 50. Oh, sorry, that's right. A padding top of 50, a padding bottom of 50. Okay, so now that's for this section, just like a brief text. And we have left, we have 20, right, we have 20. Okay, so now we come and we search for contact form 7. Now there are so many plugins here, but I like to use this one known as Elementor Kit. Okay, and you can use the shortcode, but I won't be going into that. Just install Elementor Kit, and we can see select from the forms we have here, and we can see the request a quote. Okay, so now I won't be going up to the stress of renaming everything here. I will simply come to the contact page and paste the style. So this will replicate everything from the label style, okay, the label color, and we simply save. Okay, so I think our form should be working perfectly well. Our drop downs are working perfectly well. So I think with this our website should be sort of complete. So we go back and we check how it looks on the mobile screen. Looks great. Alright, so we go back and we do the final configuration, and we are officially done with this project. Okay, I won't be adding any other animations and all that. I will simply come here and we can test this out right now. So I will check on the email we used for this one on the contact form, and I'll see, okay, I use this email, so I can paste this. Alright, so I go back to contact forms. Okay, I edit this. So to make sure that the admin emails get to the admin, we can simply paste the admin email here. Normally this will be a custom email of the website, but we are not doing that right now. Replied, so I can put this email and we save. Alright, so it's okay. So before that, now in this contact form 7, you have a question?
Yes, I have a question.
Okay, what's the question?
Is it compulsory to use the label, like the label form?
It's not compulsory. Okay, so in it's not compulsory to put the label. What are you talking about? Let me see. uh this label you're talking about.
Yes, sir. Yes, yes,
No,
sir.
no, no, it's not compulsory. The most important thing here, now the label will just give you a way to identify what each box is all about. Okay,
Okay.
yes. So now we have different boxes with different numbers here, so I'll just give an example now. Now how this mail is here is how it's going to appear in my inbox, okay, as the admin, okay, as the admin inbox. So I'll simply clean all this out, and I can say contact form from LVG website. Don't please help me. LVG website. Contact form from LVG website. I can say okay, contact form details. I can bracket this, request a quote, request a quote from LVG website. Okay, so we have different text here. Okay, so now this first one is to show you how it's very important. This first one is what, 550, so that's for the full name. Okay, so if I want this to appear on my inbox, I can say full name. I can say 550. I can say company name 551. Do you understand? Do you understand?
No, sir, I don't understand.
Okay, don't worry. When we are done, I'll just show you what I'm talking about. Okay.
Okay.
We have email, email, copy. We have phone number, phone number. We have this, copy. We have
Type of service required.
okay, types of service required. You're following up right now. That's good. Copy. Okay. So we check on the code. Okay, we check on the code. So we have type of service required is menu 963. Okay, menu 963. Perfect. Enter. And what's the next one? We have origin. Okay, origin. So I'll show you how this is gonna appear in the inbox. I would like you to just send a message and I'll show you how it's gonna appear in the inbox. Okay, to show you the significance of this code. So our origin is what, 556. So we come here and we say what, we copy 556, 556, and we have the last one, I think, destination.
Destination.
Yes, perfect. Destination, copy. Destination,
556.
no, destination should be this, menu 964. Okay, so all these codes now is going to reflect what the user has entered. Okay, so I know you don't really understand, but let's just do a test. So I will save this and I'll send you a URL and I'll just open the email we um, let me go back. Let's do a test now so that request a code. So you just have to be okay. I copy this and I paste this. So if you can check and just copy this, fill in the form briefly while I wait for you to receive it. Okay, so I'll go to the email and wait up. Are you on the page, Mr. Isaiah?
Page, sir.
Okay, perfect. So just fill in the form and let's see how we can how we can get things, how we can do a test. So if you appear on this mail, okay. Okay, when you're done filling it, you just let me know. Okay, so I think we are basically done with this website. If there are any errors, you guys can bring it to my attention. I will make this video available also in the group. And
Yes,
okay, I've submitted it. Okay,
yes, sir.
all right. So let's wait for it to come. Okay, so this is it. All right. So do you understand now? Contact form details. That's what I was trying to do. So all these things appearing now are the numbers linked to that input. Okay. So you can see this is your
Okay.
first name, this is your company name, this is the email, this is the phone number, This is a real freight type of service. Origin Canada. I like this your destination. I like this your origin. Destination email. I know this is just a test. Okay, so you can see how it's gonna appear. So I love using contact form 7 because um it allows you to do a lot of customization. Okay, and we are coming from a different domain. Okay, so that's it. So I think up next I want to show you guys some very important plugins. Okay, so let me just go over what we are supposed to do. Desktop, we have courses. Okay, so let me just check through the folder here. So I think I've talked on security, I've talked on backup and migration. I've not talked on SEO, so I'll just do that right now, and I'll try to see how I can uh, um, make a separate video for that. Okay, so important plugins, e-commerce, or maybe I'll just make a separate video for that so that people will not get it mixed up and all that. So important plugins, e-commerce. So I think we just have three, these three left. Okay, so I'll talk briefly on SEO plugins, and I'll make a separate video on SEO. Then I'll just list some very important plugins, and I'll list some e-commerce plugins. Okay, and see how we can. I'll make a separate video on e-commerce, okay, if I have the time. Okay, so now let's just talk on SEO. There are some very important plugins that can make you rank higher in Google search. Okay, so if we're to search for spring logistics, I don't think we are online right now because I've not submitted this with Google Search Console, but Google can automatically index your website. So I can say spring logistics. Okay, so there might be another company out there that has the same name. Remember, this name was just picked randomly, and I don't think we are on Google. Okay, so now there's a plugin that is very very important, okay, when it comes to SEO. Okay, I'm just talking on SEO right now, and that plugin is known as Yoast SEO. Okay, Yoast SEO. There are other ones known as all-in-one SEO and the rest of them, but I'm very used to Yoast, and Yoast is more beginner friendly. So Yoast SEO. Okay, so we would simply just install this plugin, and we can do some SEO for each of the pages. Okay, so Yoast SEO. I would activate it up. Okay, so now Yoast SEO is very important. This will give us a view of how our website is going to appear on Google. We can just say first time configuration, start first time, and there's a free version, and there's also a paid version. Okay, so we can continue. Okay, we can continue. Site representation, organization. Yes, it's an organization. What's the name of the website? Spring Logistics. That's correct. And there's our logo. We save and continue. So we can link up our social profiles. I don't think we have a Facebook yet. Personal preference. Okay, what do you want? SEO tips. You can put in your email, whatever it is. Okay, can just put in our email. To I would save. Okay, so I think we have the finish configuration, and we can go to our SEO dashboard. Okay, so now with each page you can optimize how you want it to appear. Okay, so let me just go. For example, we want to check on how the home page is going to appear on Google. I simply go to the pages, and I simply go to the home page. So here's the home page. Edit. Okay, so now we have we're in the home page. Okay, so if we scroll down, we can see certain things. Okay, here this is use SEO plugins. Okay, so this is how our website is going to appear on Google. If somebody searches for spring logistics, this is going to appear on Google. So there are some keyword phases. Okay, if you go to the home page of your website, So if you want to use some keywords, you can simply get it from the homepage of a website or your company. So I can say spring logistics, for example. I copy this, but before then I think we need to go to um, some SEO website. I think I've made a video on this, but I'll make another video on on that. Okay, some SEO website where we can get keywords. Okay, so there are tons of SEO websites where we can get keywords. I'll make a separate video on this. Okay, so this will be words that you would want to focus on. Okay, so we can say get related keyword phrases and all that. Okay, so we can say spring logistics, and I can say logistics. Press enter. Spring logistics. Okay, I can say delivery, for example. I know that. Okay, and how do we want this? Okay, so we want this slug to be home. Okay, and what is the meta description? So I can get the meta description from this, and it's good to keep your meta description very short. Okay, so I'll paste this. Okay, it's still showing green. It's still showing yellow, so we can make it show green by putting up certain things that are consistent. Okay, so this is just a demo. When I do the SEO, would obviously come up with something. Okay, so your trusted partner in logistics with time and money, we can say pull up with us and get the best deals. Okay, pull up with us and get the best deals. Okay, so that's it. So we can add certain related keyword phrases. Generally, I think our SEO score here should be showing green. Our readability is green, so I would make a comprehensive video on this. Okay, so we have subheading distribution, we have paragraph length, we have this, which is also green. Okay, so we have just one problem which you can also fix. Okay, so we can do that for the rest of the pages. Make sure you update the page. Okay, so this is exactly how it's going to show. Okay, like you can see your trusted partner in logistics, this is how it's going to show. So if we're to search for it on Google, if we're to submit this to Google, this is exactly how it's going to show. Okay, so that's the SEO plugin. There are other rich plugins there, and we can use for SEO, and we'll make sure that our images in our homepage, our alternative text is also there. Okay, so I think the next thing I wanted to talk about was some e-commerce plugins. Okay, so there are several e-commerce plugins out there, but I'll just install one. The best out there is known as WooCommerce. Okay, WooCommerce. So with this, we'll need to create a payment system with payment integration systems like Stripe or Paystack or Flutterwave or any other payment system out there. Okay, so this is the e-commerce plugin, and these are some other add-ons and additional e-commerce plugin. Okay, so we can activate it. And another SEO plugin I skipped out, which is also very important, is a plugin known as Google Site Kit. Okay, Google Site Kit. So while we wait for this to activate, we'll just search for Google Site Kit. So I would possibly be making a separate video on how to integrate e-commerce into this website we just created. Possibly would have certain things that we are selling out there, that we can possibly integrate to our e-commerce website. We can put some tools and we can put some other things. Okay, so we'll do a test and we'll do a real purchase. Okay, so the next one is Google Site Kit. Okay, so Google Site Kit. So we install it, and this is where the whole thing comes. So we have a whole lot of stuff here. We have Google Analytics, we have Google AdSense, and we have some other Google resources here. Okay, so when we have finished with Google Analytics or Google Search Console, we can come back here and do certain things. I'll make a separate video on how to submit your WordPress website to Google Search Console. Okay, so over here we have the Google Site Kit. This will give us analytics of the particular number of people that visit our website, um, how the regions they are coming from, and if this was directly uh, you know the URL was directly typed, or they are coming from social media, or they just found us on Google organic search. So the Google Site Kit to give us a way for us to track our analytics, to track our visitors. Okay, so I'll make a separate video on the Google Site Kit, and I'll also make a separate video on how to integrate the WooCommerce plugins. Okay, so you can see here, I won't just click anything, I will just leave it as it is. And I think the next thing I wanted to talk about was some very important plugins. Okay, some very important plugins. Now, all plugins are very important. Okay, but there are some, if you were to deactivate them by mistake, your website is going to look very messy. Okay, let me give you an example. I deactivate Elementor. Okay, I no longer need this plugin. I submit and deactivate. So Elementor is one of the most important plugins out there. Since we are using Elementor Page Builder, there are several page builders out there, but for this website we're using what? Elementor Page Builder. I go to the front end of the website, and you can take a look on how our website looks like. So you can see our website has been completely will I say destroyed? What word can I give to this website? It has been dismantled. Are you with me?
Yes, I'm with you, sir.
Okay, so you can see what has happened to the website. So if by mistake something happens and you're not watchful, you deactivate this, your website is going to be dismantled. Okay, you might lose information, you might lose clients and all that. Okay, so it's important to know which roles you give to an end user. Okay, you give to an end user. So if I were to go back and to the plugins and activate it, you'll see that our website, everything is going to be completely restored. Okay, so aside Elementor, another plugin I want to each plugin here is very important. I'm not undermining any plugin here. I activate it. Aside Elementor, another very important plugin is this WordFence plugin. Okay, this WordFence plugin. So this WordFence plugin, you'll be able to receive security threats if people want to log into your website, which is very important, so that you don't get information of let's say registered users stolen, or you don't get things fished out from your website, okay, that are not very or that are not authorized. Okay, so these are some very important plugins. Every other plugins have their own purpose here, but you can basically uh, you know do without some plugins. Some plugins have like a substitute. Okay, I think WordPress is one of the best security plugins out there. WooCommerce is also one of the best e-commerce plugins out there. Google Site is as well important, but you can see the importance of this Elementor plugin. Okay, without this Elementor plugin, since we are using the page builder called Elementor, there are other page builders in WordPress. I'm not really familiar with them, but I've just used Elementor for so many years now, and I would just love to stick with it. So that's it for this entire tutorial. I'll make sure I make separate videos on SEO. I'll make separate videos on e-commerce, and possibly make separate videos on some other important things. Okay, so that's it for this course. I hope you've been able to learn something very important and implement this. So I'll be ending this course right away, and I'll provide a URL for everybody to check out our project. Okay, do you have any questions?
Very much.
Do you have any questions? Do you have any questions?
No, sir. No, sir.
Okay, I'll call it today, and this is the end of our WordPress
All right.
course. No code. We have not written a single line of code. The only thing that looks like code here is the contact form 7, but it's still very much adaptable, okay, to anybody. So thank you so much, and God bless.